They finished as runners-up in the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2024-2025, there was CONCACAF Nations League. They finished as runners-up. Then they qualified for the 2026 World Cup. So yesterday I was telling you that if you are plotting a growth graph, this is where they are reaching their peak. That is the kind of team we are about to face. So we should be concerned. We should be cautiously optimistic. They have some very good technicians in their team.
Yep.
They may not have the household names that we all know about, but if you watch them play, I watched them play 2 games against South Africa. They were very good.
Yep.
Watch them play against Bosnia and Herzegovina. They were very good as well. They lost to Brazil, yes, of course, and that's Brazil. How many teams can stand the might of Brazil in tournaments or even in friendly games? Okay, so again, even in that Brazil defeat, they managed to put the ball at the back of the net twice, despite conceding 6. And of course, we know the quality gap between themselves and Brazil. So, you know, in as much as we would want to play the patriotic card and say, yes, we are Ghanaians and we have to rally behind the stars and get them to win and all, we must be cautiously optimistic because Panama would ask questions. We do not have the defensive setup we would have wished we had. Okay, so it's going to be a new look Black Stars centre back pairing. In fact, a new look back four in terms of the combination. It's going to be a new look back four. Okay. Again, in the middle of the park, without Thomas Partey, we are going to have a new look central midfield. And so it leaves us with our biggest threats being in our attacking areas. But the Panama team are strong in defense, strong in midfield. Have a very experienced goalkeeper as well. Very clever in attack. I won't say they are very dangerous in attack. They are clever in attack. You get it. And so if you look at the goals, a lot of the goals come from defenders and central midfielders. But they have attackers who can be, you'd call them, they may not be your top strikers, but they cause a lot of problems. They are nuisance attackers, you know. So I mean, we are all excited that we are at a point where we expect the Stars to go and deliver. But let's not see Panama as underdogs, or let's not see Panama as that team that has nothing to offer in this game.
Okay.
We must be cautious, and Carlos Queiroz must figure himself out very well. You know, and I always say, look, we talk about Carlos Queiroz as a very defensive-minded coach, an organizer. Same thing you can say for Christiansen. I told you, when he won the Cypriot League with Apoel, I think it was Apoel, yeah. He went through that season keeping as many as 29 clean sheets. Okay, and that is the record he has.
Okay.
As a defensive-minded coach, he himself doing his playing this was a striker, but he figured out how to make his teams very difficult to beat. And so we would face a very stern test. We can only hope that our boys will rise up to the occasion today and figure themselves out against this Panama team.
All right. You can send us your comments 054-257-1061. Time check is 8:21. Yeah, proper big man. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners, we've been joined by Dr. Tony Obin. He's board chair of Mediama Sporting Club. So in the sporting world, that's who he is. Yeah. Former member of the EXCO. And of course, outside sports, he's the chairman of the Petroleum Hub. CEO of the Petroleum Hub. Dr. Obin, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Sporty FM.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to see you and have a chat with you. It's a beautiful place.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I see you are decked out in your Ghana shirt, getting ready for tonight's game.
This is the time. This is the day you have to show maximum support for your country. Yeah,
I see. Interesting. Your thoughts on the Black Stars, right? They've gone through a very interesting qualifying series. I know the AFCON qualifiers didn't go as planned. The World Cup qualifiers were brilliant, and they've booked their tickets. Today's game day. Just your thoughts on the team as it had evolved, or as it has evolved through qualifiers, and now they play one of the most important games in their history at the World Cup.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, I come from a history where the Black Stars have always struggled. In fact, a recent history, not in the early days of the old players of what is the name? Opokwa Free. No, I'm not talking about. But I'm talking about the recent past. The Stephen Appiah, Pintel, John Mensah and Co. So during their time, qualifying was difficult. I remember in 2005, I think 2005 for 2006, yes. We struggled, particularly even when we had qualified. We had a very bad tournament when we had Zimbabwe even beating us.
In the AFCON.
Exactly, in the AFCON, yes. But when we went to Germany, we did very well. We did brilliantly. Yeah. I could see a prototype, an image of that in this particular squad. I think that it's been a very, very tortuous journey for them. Selection, getting the players. In fact, for the squad of 2006 and 2010, they had all played in Ghana. Most of them had played in Liberty Professionals, Accra House of Folk, and other clubs. But in the case of the current squad, most of them are being plucked from outside. Very brilliant players individually, but football is not tennis. It's not. Individual game. It's a team game. That's why. It's a team sport. That's why you need to get people together so that they can even think and rethink about one's movement and all that. So I think that is probably the biggest challenge. But the last few weeks, I'm sure they've been put together well enough for them to have that. Otherwise, individually, they have brilliant players. But putting them together as a team, it would always be a challenge. But I'm happy that in the last 2-3 weeks, they've been able to get together and do that. But I am very positive, that they will do well, especially because they know themselves that they are not the top group of people that we had expected. So they've being aware of that. And again, I can play back the same thing. When Appiah and Co were playing, those days, Appiah wasn't a big star, as it were. I think the biggest star was perhaps Michael Essien, the biggest star. Even Asamoah Gyan was not a big star at that time. But knowing that and wanting to become stars, they did very well and did Ghana proud. So I believe that they are going to do the same thing. But I also totally agree with my brother here that, look, you don't take Panama for a joke. Yeah. You don't underrate them. And I say this for two reasons. One, when you have players that are so unsung, players that are so unknown, you probably would not understand their style of play, and you see them when you're on the pitch. And that has come through, Iraq, Iran, and all those. You see the way they play. And is it Iraq playing like that? Even though Iraq, lost to Norway, which I am not unhappy. I'm not unhappy because I studied in Norway, so in a way I have a bit of my heart there. But I was so impressed with the play of the Iraqis. and then of course the Iranians and all that.
They
so
drew 2-2
exactly
with New Zealand.
With New Zealand. Yeah. So if you come to think that these are not very known stars, that you don't know the kind of stars they play and all that, and when you also come to think that people know Semenyo, they know how he plays, and I'm sure the coach will be working hard on him. People know Inaki Williams, they know how he plays, so I'm sure the coach will just have a dedicated ideas around these people. So it's not going to be easy, but I am very confident that at the end of the day, our stars will show the appropriate superiority that is required in this particular contest.
You speak about determination and all. What do you think the players should use as a rallying point? Because this squad has been hit with so many issues. Some players are not available through injury. There's the Partey thing on the side. Now they have to think about starting against Panama. And as you said, we can't underrate Panama. Yeah. So what do you think should be the biggest point of motivation for this crop going into tonight's game? Everybody will be watching. How should they inspire themselves to give off a very good performance tonight?
Two things. Your flag, your national flag, must be the motivating factor. When they play the national anthem, it must actually motivate you to want to do Ghana, to do your country, and to do yourself proud. Now, the second thing is your challenge. I am sure if I were Partey and I had any opportunity to play, I would play my butts off. I will play the best of games just to shame people. So I think your challenge must also be a motivating factor. That you've gone through a very difficult preparation. You have had this challenge of Partey. I understand the issue the visa to him. I don't know.
No. The appeal wasn't successful.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so how? So it was social media once again. Social media don't believe social media.
The appeal wasn't successful.
Okay. All right. So I am sure this must motivate Partey in case he get the opportunity to play in.
Yeah, he will play against. Yes. In the US, he has no problem.
The opportunity is if the coach will select him.
If he gets to play,
he must play his ass off. Because sorry for that.
Sorry, listeners, apologies.
My apologies, but when you're in sports and sometimes I get crazy a bit. But my apologies. See, he must play his hat off. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Fair point. We understand.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think Partey would rise to the occasion just because they've taken him through this tormenting situation, and I think that's what should drive the Black Stars. Yeah. They should know first the flag, the nation, the national anthem should actually drive them to want to really do something for Ghana. But the fact that they've gone through challenges even until the last, I think until June something, they didn't even have the squad. They didn't even know the set of players that would be going. Mm-hmm. So that should be challenging enough for them to want to prove themselves superior.
This is the Sporty Breakfast. Time check is 8:31. We have Dr. Tony Obin in the studio with us, a man who wears different hats but has been very active in terms of Ghana football for a bit. Ray, I'm here with Raymond Yamado as well, my co-host. Ray has a question.
Doc, you have been part of the FA before. You've been part of everything that happens around national team football. What do you make of, the late decision to fire Otto and bring in Carlos Queiroz, this late in the day? And do you think that Carlos Queiroz coming in, solves a problem and possibly gets us to perform better? Or we might pay the price for getting rid of Otto because there was a bit of consistency and continuity with regards to what he was doing?
I have been one of the biggest fans of Otto. I remember when we were going to play Nigeria in the qualification for Qatar. There were those who said no, we should get rid of him. He wasn't good enough for another issue. And then I openly defended. In fact, I think I tweeted and somebody insulted me. I said, look, at that stage of the qualification, we should allow Otto to continue. After all, even if we did not qualify, we had nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. Then we can come back to reorganize. And if we qualified, then we can go and then come back to reorganize. But Otto has been with the team for a very long time, and we understand that he was a good coach. For the Dortmund team, he was a good coach for the junior team, and then also a good scout. So he had been with the players, he had played before, and so he knew them. So there was no need to bring someone to come in at the last minute. I was a match with Nigeria, I think so, and so when we qualified, I remember I tweeted and told the person that you could have disagreed with me without insulting me. He insulted me. Yeah. The people like you who are supposed to be blah 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 and then so but we qualified. Yeah. In this particular situation, I think Otto's performance, or if you say non-performance, had been a little bit consistent. You know, that was my observation. Yeah. I recall when we played was it Mali or so, we were one goal up, and just the qualification
in the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
I think we beat Mali here.
Yes, we beat them here.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah, I think we beat the 1-0. We were 1-0 up, and these people had made changes. They brought new fresh pair of legs, and our players were visibly tired. In fact, the defenders were kicking the ball. Yeah. At the moment you are unable to control the balls, it just tells everybody that you are tired. And I was like, why would you not change some people? Because you needed to defend the one goal. And if they came back to score, we'll be in trouble. And I saw the deputy coaches, the assistant coaches, go to him. They'll go a bit and then come back. I didn't know what was going on. I surmised that they were not taking decisions. They were indecisive. So I thought that was a bit of a worry. And you know, in our football, for a country like Ghana and our football, when there's pressure from everybody, I think the general public has lost it with the general public, unfortunately. Yeah. And then the test games, the trial matches that they played, you may say that was for strength, that was for test and all that. But Ghanaians want results. They want to be able to feel that, our team going for the World Cup will do well. They don't want to go with this kind of feeling that they may not do well. Should I even rep my jersey to support my country and all that? But so that pressure was there. So I think it didn't come as a surprise that the FA eventually disappointed him. Carlos Queiroz is a very experienced coach. Last 3 months is definitely not enough, but maybe it would give them some level of confidence that, okay, we have someone with a pedigree. We are someone who has, someone who has worked under Alex Ferguson, led some nations to very significant.
Portugal took Iran to the
so the experience was there. And so I think that's psychology. I understand that it got to a point where some of the players felt they didn't see what was going on the Otto. They didn't actually. And in Qatar, I was told, I was there myself, but I was told he was very a disciplinarian. He actually introduced some structures into the Black Stars team. Actually, when you go to some of these tournaments where the players sleep, every day you see people rushing there, trying to, even where they eat, you see people there. I think he brought some discipline, some principles. You wouldn't be late for training and all those. And I was impressed with that. But I think maybe tactically, he could have done a bit more than what he was doing. That's my personal view. Sure.
Okay. Right. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Time check, it's 8:37. You can send in your comments, 054-257-1061. Dr. Tony Obin is in the studio with us, former EXCO member, board chair of Mediama, and he's the CEO of the Petroleum Hub. And he's, as I said, he's very active in and around the Black Stars. Doc, what are your expectations of the Black Stars in terms of the group stage? We've got this game to play against Panama, which a lot of people believe is the most winnable of the three. Then 2 very complicated games against England and then against Croatia. Croatia have made, one final 2018. They were semi-finalists 2022. What are your own thoughts of the Black Stars, right? How do you think they will fare after these 3 group games?
We have to be optimistic. I think that they should be able to move from this stage. Again, I have a historical perspective. And I say this because I was intimately involved in the qualification for the first time.
The 2006.
Yes. And I was we brokered the sponsorship, a major sponsorship that sent them there. So I think I have some intimacy with them. I see that at the time Ghana was going, I think Czech Republic was number 2 in the world.
USA
5, and where was it? Far away somewhere. And so we thought that how could we even beat Czech Republic with Peter Cech over there, and then USA and all those big teams. But when big countries. But when we went, but for minor mistake that was made, we could have drawn with Italy, and we could have even beaten Italy, because I was there when Sami Toga was telling one of his colleagues that they were going to beat them, and I think he meant business. He meant that, but unfortunately we didn't. But subsequently we beat Czech Republic. We beat the USA. So Panama, as I said, we shouldn't take them for granted. We should go hard and make sure we secure a win. If we secure 3 points, then our we can then tactically play to win the remaining 2. But even if we drew, we are likely to qualify. I don't want the mathematics of Ghana, the Ghanaian football mathematics, but we should go in and win everything.
Okay.
But we know what we want. They also want.
Of course.
All the teams there want what we want, so they will also play as hard as they could. They might take us as underdogs as well, and so we could also take advantage of our underdog position. And then I think. Surprisingly, I think we can beat England. I mean, and for shaggy reasons, man to man, England will be no match to England, man to man.
Yeah.
But that is where the surprises come. We should be able to beat one of them again and draw with one of them, and then but I think you should go in. Last night I listened to the coach, his interview, and he says he doesn't know any game that you go in and you don't want to win. So and I agree with him that when you go in all these games, you have to by all means want to win, regardless of who you are beating. I mean, when was it Iraq which beat Argentina?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, when they were going to meet Argentina with Messi and all that, nobody had a whisker of thought that as for Saudi Arabia, they can even stand the mighty Argentina. What happened? They were destroyed. Argentina's record was broken. So you never know what happens in football.
I see.
Let me take you back to 2006, and that was when you led the revolution. In fact, sponsorship packaging and all for the Black Stars. I mean, you got to see the team up close and personal. You saw the team progress all through to 2022. Would you agree with those who say this World Cup squad that we have would be the weakest in comparison to all the World Cup squads you've seen?
Each season, each generation has its own set of players that play. So you would say that this is the kind of players we have. So how about if they surprise us with win all over? So they could. So I won't call them the weakest. Yesterday I listened to Larry Kinson. And somebody asked him, the number 7. He said the number 7 position. You think we have a good player? And Larry was saying that, look, then he mentioned one guy's name, who he think was the best number 7 that we can. But even though he plays from the left, he's left-footed, but he so he as a professional player saw him as a very good player. So I would say that is the squad we have. If we had some other squad somewhere, we could have brought them in. At the time, even in 2005, there, but we were still struggling with the selections. You know, at the end of the day, some of the players who played qualification games were not selected. They didn't go. And this goalkeeper who was the regular goalkeeper didn't even have to get to play. The Haas full goalkeeper, Samir J, who was a regular, and then Samir J, and then this guy Odum. They were the regular goalkeepers.
George Owu.
I said Odum. George Owu. I mean, they didn't get to play. I mean, so it was the same sort of. And then in this tournament, people sometimes want to show what they have, and you know, this is also a beauty contest for footballers. The
audition.
Yes, it's an audition for footballers. So, you know, there are some players who want to kill themselves for them to be seen. You know, a lot of the players who are now fading out were seen in some of this World Cup, and they were bought by big clubs when they were playing in Ecuador, the local leagues of Ecuador, local leagues of all the other countries. And then they played so well in their national team, and before long they were playing Chelsea, Real Madrid and all that. So who knows, they will do well, and they might not fit into the issue of weakness. I think they are the strongest players that we have now.
Right.
Doc, as we wrap up, 2 questions. One, what are your own thoughts of the World Cup? Right, this year's edition, generally from start to finish. I don't know how many games you've seen, but your thoughts, and is there any game or games that have jumped out at you?
Yes, I think what I am getting is that, and this didn't start now, it has been moving on like that. There's no minnows in football these days. Every country is preparing, and so our country must prepare. You know, in a way. So I think all the you could see the kind of football that all the lesser known football countries are playing. Yeah. So you would. I mean, I was disappointed with with South Africa. Why are you laughing?
Because you are the only person I've heard, only Ghanaian I've heard who has actually stated that, no, I wasn't happy with the South African result.
No.
So many people seemed delighted.
Everybody, in fact, we were all delighted. We were all delighted. Yeah. You know, I mean, and that was very unfortunate because we supported Ivory Coast. I mean, Ivory Coast did very well. I think theirs was my so far is the game that I really loved. So look, even Canada and Bosnia as a governor, it was some kind of game. I for other reasons, I supported Canada. For other reasons, I supported Canada until they announced that they won't give the Partey so I wanted to withdraw my support, but it was already gone. It was already gone, and so I think it started well. The politics around this have been very bad. This particular tournament, the politics around it have been very bad. I mean, the referee who was sent back. I thought football was something that brought nations together. And so it was unfortunate that the referee, without any clear reasoning, was sent back. And then the Partey case. I know every country has the right to decide who comes in and who doesn't come in. But Partey, if the basis of their decision is that Partey has a case hanging on his neck, Partey has not been proven guilty of any offense. He has not been convicted. Partey is a free man until a court of competent jurisdiction, pronounces him guilty and then convict him. So I thought that was quite bizarre in sports, in football. It wasn't. It's not a political arena. It's football that we're talking about, and so. But generally, we think we can see a very good tournament.
All right, Doc. Finally, predictions for tonight. Would you want to give us a prediction? Ghana v Panama.
In the last few days, I've been eating too much, So, but otherwise, I could have given you a short prediction.
Okay.
However, I will attempt one.
Okay.
Ghana will struggle, but will do a 2-0.
2-0.
Yes.
Over Panama. Raymond, put that down.
Against the round of play.
Against the round of play. But he admits that there will be struggles.
Yeah.
It is true. I mean, we will do that.
But Doc, who wins the World Cup for you?
Look, if I was a coach of Morocco, I will advise Morocco to work very hard, because if you look at the way they played
against Brazil.
Well, Brazil is not the same Brazil that we know, but it still has Rafinha, it still has Vinicius, it still has Casemiro, all the big names. So and for them to have played the way they did, we should watch out. We should watch out. I mean, I don't think the Netherlands played any outstanding game. I don't think Spain played any outstanding game. If we are not careful, countries like Norway, you see, Norway will be struggling, and Norway is very sharp up front because of
Erling Haaland,
and then Silo. So they are very bookish players. I mean, bookish in terms of very technical countries, you know, where football is taught, do it this way, that way, that way. So if that works, if those things work, we can have a surprise of Norway coming up, Morocco coming up. I'm not expecting any of these traditional countries to win.
Okay, Norway, the sleeper team. 8:49. Dr. Tony, thank you so much for joining us. It was fun having you.
Thank you.
Where will you be watching the game? Will you be home? You should join us. We are going to the University of Ghana. So
okay, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
So join us.
I've been worrying about staying in my room and watching it alone.
So join us. We have a viewing. We have one of 3 viewing parties. One of it is happening at the University of Ghana.
Okay.
We are partnering the EU, so you can pass through and let's support
why not?
Ghana via Panama together.
I think I'll do that. Yes. I might do that.
Yes.
At
the Athletic Oval.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yes, 11 p.m.
Are you going to bring some tea and coffee around?
Don't worry. We'll be fine. We'll keep the system running.
Count me in.
You should be there. Doc, thank you so much. Enjoy the day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So that was Dr. Tony Obin, CEO of the Petroleum Hub, board chair of Mediama Sporting Club. Yes,
and on Mediama.
Oh yeah, maybe we should have asked Doc a thing or two.
No, Doc is not gone. So
Doc is not gone.
He can still,
just
a word or two on Mediama.
5 minutes on Mediama, the club you run. Congrats on winning the Ghana Premier League. I completely escaped me. Congrats on winning the league. From your perspective, was that part of the plan ahead of the season? Was that the plan?
This was a game plan that has been very successfully delivered.
Okay.
So it was part of the plan. If anyone heard me when the league began, I was interviewed by a few people, and I said we are in to win the league this time. And so we had some hitches, along the line, but I think we quickly corrected those hitches, and then the coach and the technical team has been very, very good this time round. And so we kudos to our boys, to the management team, and to the board, which I chair. We are not going in to just to mark our name there. We are not going to tick a box. This time round, we've decided that we have to go in as Ghana in these African tournaments, because our names have long gone lost completely out of our. I mean, the last time somebody won or any club won was Hasselhoff, and it's been 2000 and something, 5 or something. So we need to, even if we are not winning, we need to fully represent. We need our 4 slots in Africa. I mean, otherwise we are dying, because Ghana was one of the most feared countries in football. In the last few years, nobody is afraid of us. When they're meeting us, we are like my club, Manchester United. But now we are coming back. So now people are beginning to be afraid of us. And so we need to represent that. We need to project Ghana in our league, so in Africa. So we believe we are not just going into money zone, because always we say, when you get to money zone, it's okay. But even the money zone is not money. We've been there a couple of times, and the money zone and the costs against the zone money that you get is not so much. It is the winning money. That
like when you win the ultimate, the biggest thing on the table.
So we are looking at that. We know it will not be easy. I mean, it's like a joke for many people, but that's where we want to spring the surprise, and we are preparing. We can't expect surprise to win for us. We are preparing very well. We'll be getting some players both internally and externally to support the club.
Doc, congrats once again, and thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So you had Dr. Tony Obin, board chair of Mediama Sporting Club, former GFA Exco member, and CEO of the Petroleum Hub. Shared his thoughts on the Black Stars, a team he knows very well. Time check is 8:52. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast.
Of Ghana will be coming up against the Red Tide of Panama in a game that promises to be exciting. Both teams know very well a positive result is all they need, considering the tough nature of that group. They know very, very well that it's a potential must-win game. Game will be played at the BMO field inside Toronto. Well, Carlos Queiroz has been talking tough. He's been positive. He's been talking about the chances of the Black Stars. So we'll be looking forward to seeing the Black Stars do well in that particular game. Game is at 11 p.m. Well, you can join us at the University of Ghana Athletic Oval. There's a watch party there. We'll be doing that together with the EU. And then we have a watch party as well at the Alisa Hotel inside Ridge. Not Ridge to be precise. And then we have our final watch party at the Good Park, just close to the Accra Mall. We are doing that in collaboration with Coca-Cola. We are live on Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, and 91.3 in Kumasi. Building up to the big game, the Black Stars versus Panama later tonight. It's Ghana's World Cup opener. Keep your thoughts coming. Share your messages with us. 0542571061, 0542571061. Tell us what you think about this game and what you are expecting later tonight. Are the Black Stars going to win? Coach Danso will be joining me in a bit as we preview, the games that will be played today, and of course, we review some of the games that were played yesterday. But let me take you through some of the results from yesterday's games. And yesterday we saw 2 games played before midnight. France defeated AFCON runners-up Senegal by 3-1. And Erling Haaland powered Norway to a 4-1 victory over Iraq last night. The defending champions Argentina, they were in action this dawn. They defeated Algeria by 3-0. And guess who? Lionel Messi scored all 3 goals for Argentina. Well, you couldn't have guessed wrong. Lionel Messi was the man on target for Argentina as they beat their opponent Algeria by 3-0. They have started their title defense on a good note. And at 4 a.m. this morning, there was one final game at the Levi Stadium inside Santa Clara, California. It was a game between Austria and Jordan. Austria defeated Jordan by 3-1. So a few games have been played in the World Cup so far. We are here to witness competition from Group K and L. And these are the games to look forward to today. Now, today we are expecting some very, very, very interesting games. Yes, and we are hoping to see the first round of competition come to an end by the close of tomorrow morning's round of games. Now, today, Portugal will take on DRC at 5 p.m. And then, of course, England will play Croatia at 8 p.m. From Group L. And then Ghana take on Panama at Group L encounter at 11 p.m. And then you have the final game that will be played tomorrow. That would see, the games would begin again at dawn. You'd have Uzbekistan coming up against Colombia. That's how things are going to play out on Thursday dawn. So that's it for the games to look forward to as far as the World Cup is concerned. Big games coming up today. You have Portugal taking on DRC, and then England coming up against Croatia. Then Ghana play Panama, and then Uzbekistan would play Colombia, and that would bring the first round of competition at the World Cup to an end. I'll bring you the group standings a bit later, but Coach Danso is already in studio with me. Coach Kwabena Danso is a video analyst. He's a CAF licensee coach and a professional teacher. And ever since we started our build-up to the World Cup, he's been with us, bringing us in-depth analysis as far as some of the teams are concerned. And of course, he's going to bring us up to speed on everything the Black Stars will be doing tonight. Well, Nathan is back. Nathan will carry us along from this point on. This is Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, and 91.3 in Kumasi. This is Ghana's #1 sports morning show, Sporty Breakfast.
The latest results. Okay, I don't know whether we should start from the very bottom and come to the latest. Okay, so let me just give you the latest from yesterday. All right, so the very first game of the day was Iran 2, New Zealand 2. That was 1 a.m. And then last night at 7, it was France 3, Senegal 1. France 3, Senegal 1. Kylian Mbappe scoring 2, Bradley Barcola getting the other, and Ibrahim Mbaye scoring what became a consolation for Senegal. Iraq 1, Norway 4, Erling Haaland getting himself 2 goals there. Argentina 3, Algeria 0, Lionel Messi getting a hat-trick. He's now on 16 World Cup goals in total. And then Austria 3, Jordan 1. Austria getting a late penalty to seal the game. Marko Arnautovic, he scored to seal the game for Austria. So quite interesting there. If you have a look at the league tables or the group tables, if you look at the other groups, yes, New Zealand, okay, so that's Group G. I think they've played already. If you go to Group I, Norway 3 points, France 3 points, Senegal 0, Iraq 0 points. Group J, you have Argentina 3 points, Austria 3 points, Norway 0 points, and Jordan 0 points, and Algeria 0 points. And then you've got the final set of games which will be played today. The two groups, Group K and Group L, will be in action today. In terms of matches, what do we have? 5 p.m. Portugal versus DRC, 8 p.m. England versus Croatia, 11 p.m. Ghana v Panama, and at 2 a.m. on the 18th of June, which is tomorrow, you've got Uzbekistan taking on Colombia. So those are the games. 3 games today, 1 game early tomorrow morning, 2 a.m. between Uzbekistan and Colombia. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. A little later, we'll give you a bit of our interview with Asamoah Gyan, and then after the Sporty Breakfast, we'll give you a World Cup documentary put together by Senake Productions. And, Senake Productions, Sporty FM supported, the GFA supported as well. From debut to destiny, Ghana's World Cup history from 2006 to 2026. Your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061. Coach Kwabena Danso is here. CAF licensee, coach, video analyst, and a math and science teacher. That's the part that excites me the most. Coach, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nathan. I'm doing well, and you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you so much. Michael Asari-Bredu is also here, decked out in his Black Stars yellow shirt. Do you have a teaching side too I can share with the public? No. You don't have.
Maybe I teach bet.
Or sports. Yeah, or sports.
I see. Quite interesting, Coach. Yesterday we had a very interesting run of results. So from a day of where teams played only draws, we had wins, and very interesting wins in yesterday's game. France 3, Senegal 1, Iraq 1, Norway 4, Argentina 3, Algeria 1, and Austria 3, Jordan 1. 4 wins for us to enjoy. All of them by largely big margins. 3-1. Sure. So there were 2 3-1s, 1 3-0, and 1 4-1 result.
That was true. And yesterday, looking at the games, to be very honest, most of the teams really showed their character. They showed whatever it is that they were made of. And today, in our analysis, I'm going to focus on only 3 things.
Okay.
The first one will be France against Senegal. Mm-hmm. From there, we'll move on quickly to Argentina against Algeria. Mm-hmm. And then there is a loophole in Panama.
There's a loophole?
A loophole in Panama.
I see.
There's one way if Ghana wants to beat Panama. If Ghana wants to score a goal against Panama, I found one way, one loophole in Panama. Okay. So we will look at that one loophole. Okay. And then we take the other analysis, England and then Croatia, and then the full Ghana analysis to Copa Mundo. So on this show this morning, we are going to look at France, Senegal, Argentina, and then Algeria, and then the loophole in Panama, how Ghana can score against Panama.
Wonderful. Let's start off with that game at the New York, New Jersey Stadium in East Rutherford. France 3, Senegal 1.
Nathan, in national team football, especially at major tournaments, tactical adjustment is a must. Tactical adjustment is a must.
Tactical adjustment
is a must.
So the ability to be able to change tactics.
Yes, it's a must if you want to be successful.
Okay.
So the adjustment can be a change in formation, which is easily visible. It can be a change in the pace or the tempo of the game. It can be a change in the player roles and then their responsibilities. Once you are able to do this at national team tournament, in such major tournaments, you are good to go. And at this particular World Cup, Nathan, if there's one manager who has proven beyond reasonable doubt that when it comes to tactical adjustment, especially at the World Cup, he's top and then he's on top of that, it is Didier Deschamps. In 2018, at the World Cup, we all could recall when France played their first game. And in that game, he used Dembele, Mbappe, and then Griezmann. But in the game, he saw that no, it's not working for him. So what he did was that in the game, he made changes, brought on Blaise Matuidi, and from there,
Blaise Matuidi played every
single game. And from there, the attack of France became Matuidi, and then Giroud leading the lines with Griezmann and then Mbappe. So clearly he made that tactical adjustment, and from there France was able to to win the World Cup with that tactical adjustment. Okay. Now yesterday with the game, in the first half, France did at least 3 errors tactically, and in the second half the manager was able to correct it, and that resulted in the win that they had. Now Nathan, in the game, 3 errors in the first half from France.
3 errors.
The first one, wrong pressing shape. The pressing shape of France in the first half was wrong, and I would explain it. The second one is bad offensive transition. Yesterday, they made a similar mistake to what Uruguay and Marcelo Bielsa did. And then the last one is lack of vertical compactness. So in the first half, these are the 3 errors that France they made.
I see. 3 errors.
3 errors.
Interesting.
Now to begin with, the pressing shape. In the game, Nathan, France decided to use what we call in football the double pendulum press. The double pendulum press.
Michael, did you know of this? The double pendulum press. Because the pendulum is in physics.
Exactly.
Yes, sure.
It's in physics.
So Nathan, I would want to explain a pendulum press, so that we would understand why I'm saying they used a double pendulum press.
All right, let's go.
Now, others also call it the seesaw press. The seesaw press. It means that the opponent has 2 center backs and then 1 defensive midfielder. So if you are going to press these 3 players with 2 forwards, you are most of the time, some of the teams use what we call the pendulum press. So in the pendulum press, as one of the forwards approaches one of the center backs, one of them will stay with the defensive midfielder. And if the ball comes at the right side and the other forward decides to go, this one will come and stay on the defensive midfielder. So as this one goes up, this comes down.
But coach, at every time does it not leave the offensive team 1 player short?
One player short.
It's a 2v3.
A 2v3.
There's an obvious advantage.
Yes. For the defensive team. And for the offensive side, it is better to protect the central area than the wide area. Because all the time I tell you, once you allow people inside central, the pole is at the center of the field, not at the wide area, it's at the center. So once you allow people inside, they are going to cause more problems. So between these two, it is better to leave this man free than to press with this and leave the number 6 free. So with this, if the number 9 goes, the number 10 stays with the number 6. If the number 10 goes, it means that the number 9 must come. So as one is going top, one is staying down, and that is a pendulum press. And for France, they did this with their front 2, they did this with their midfield pivot. So that's why I'm saying they use a double pendulum press.
The double pendulum press. So
yes, for France.
On one side of the press, they use the front 2, right?
Yes.
And they were all pushing.
So that front 2 would be who? Mbappe and who? Dembele. So they went to Mbappe and Dembele.
Yes, and Dembele.
And then they left the pivot. So the pivot being who would be doing the press?
Idrissa Gana Gueye,
yeah. Okay, I get it. So Senegal had had Gana Gueye in the 6.
Now, Nathan, in the game for Senegal, they were they easily beat this pendulum press, and it was very simple for them. What they did was that at times they will let Crepin Diatta, the right back, to join, forming a temporary back three. And once they have 3 players, it means that the pendulum is off.
It's off.
It's off.
Technically, this is a 4v2 if you
yes.
like.
But it means that the pendulum is off.
Okay.
At times, they will push Crepin Diatta up. They will let Idrissa Gana Gueye, be the third one. And then either Lamine Camara or Papi Gueye will play as the number 6. And with that, once again, the pendulum will be off. So the easiest way to beat the pendulum press is to play with at least a back three. And once Senegal were able to do that, especially in the first half, Nathan, it nullified the pendulum press of France. Now, looking at this image, this was France who had gone for the pendulum press, and we could see Mbappe here high and then Dembele low. And looking at their midfield 2-2, they had Tchouaméni low and then Adrien Rabiot high. So Adrien Rabiot decided to follow, and then Tchouaméni decided to stay. But the good thing from Senegal was that all the time their midfielders, they were rotating, they were moving. So it became very difficult for the French, the double pivot, to really press them using that pendulum. Now looking at this player should have been here so that Tchouaméni would press him. But now he is here. And for Tchouaméni, if you are to follow him here, it means that the central area will be free. And then this player can easily occupy that space. The ball will come inside and then they will hurt you. So with this shape, with the rotation of the midfield three of France, and then the temporal back three shape of France, the double pendulum press of France was, nullified. This thing that Senegal did, it easily nullified that double pendulum press. Again, the second mistake that France did in the game was their offensive transitions. Just like Uruguay did, France also did a similar one. Nathan, it's like getting a very nice rooftop without stairs. How are you going to access it?
Getting a nice rooftop.
Very, very nice rooftop.
Without the staircase.
Without a staircase. So how are you going
there? I mean, clearly you are not levitating.
Looking at France, they had excellent attackers. And in this particular image, they decided to play with the threes. In fact, in the game, whenever France, they had controlled possession, they either sit in a 3-1-6 or 3-0-7 formation. With France, it means that they are throwing a lot of players up front. So looking at this particular area, there was a lot of French players there. But in the middle, there was no stairs here. So yes, they had the rooftop, very good players, but without stairs to access them. So if you are looking,
so basically there was no connection.
Yeah. Yes.
So that you have 2 parts of the team.
Exactly. Yes.
Defense and attack. No midfield.
And with this, it will be very difficult for France to get the ball to their attackers. And if you look at the attackers, you see most of them, they've raised their hands. Yeah, give us the pass, but the pass cannot come because Tchouaméni had dropped in between their 2 center backs to form a temporal back three. Yeah. No stairs in the middle, no central reference, and then all of them have been pushed high. So clearly, without players inside, they cannot, get the ball and then give it to their attackers. So this was the second mistake that France did. And for this, the danger in this is that, Nathan, once there's a turnover, because with this particular shift, Senegal decided to defend in a 4-4-2. And as I said, the back three is there. There's no stairs to give the ball to the attackers. But with this particular shape, once there is a turnover, it means that France, the rest defense, will be left with only 3 players. And with that, if Senegal decided to do what we call the quick transitions, they can easily expose the huge spaces that they've left behind. And in the first half, it was one of the ways that Senegal really had success in hurting this particular French team. Again, looking at the game, one of the mistakes that the French team they did was the lack of vertical compactness. Now, whenever Senegal had the ball, Senegal decided to approach the French team with the ball, if you could see from this particular instance, the vertical compactness is not there. There's a lot of spaces in between the players. So this is a space between Saliba and then Theo Hernandez. So the space between their left-sided center back and then their left back is too huge. And the space between, their left winger and then their left-sided midfielder too is too huge. And that means that the Senegalese could easily, within one pass, locate their wingers. And with this, they can really hurt France. So I wasn't surprised that at the end of the first half, France had only one shot. And even with that, it wasn't on target. France had an expected goal ratio of 0.03. Nathan, 0.03.
That's way less than 1.
Yes, so it means that in the first half they did not do anything that can give them a goal. Looking at the second half, now France were more purposeful. They had 10 shots. They had 10 shots in the second half, and out of the 10 shots, 8 of them was on target. So for a team who had 0 on target in the first half, now in the second half he had 8 on target. Now in the second half, France had 1.75 expected goals. In the first half it was 0.03. So it tells you that in the second half, when they were able to rectify these errors, they were more purposeful up front. So how did they do it? In the second half, how was France able to rectify the mistakes that they did in the first half? And it was simple. It was 2 things. One, whenever they had the ball, their back three was there. So Tchouameni, you go in between the center backs, fine. But they decided to drop Olise to play more central and more deep. And then Adrien Rabiot too decided to drop a little. So now once France had the ball, they had Olise, Adrien Rabiot in the central areas playing as the central reference to take the ball and then give the ball to the attackers. So in the first half, they did not have the stairs to access their rooftop. But in the second half, they had that stairs in Olise and then Adrien Rabiot. And to me, it was the difference maker as far as the second half was concerned. So this was the tactical adjustment that Didier Deschamps did. And this, at the 63rd minute, was the first, warning sign to Senegal. When Olise decided to play in a more central role. Now, this is Mbappe making this run. But I want us to, pay attention to the linearity of the back line of Senegal. Have you seen their back line? 2 in front, 2 have the back. Yeah. It means that any good attacker, any pacey attacker can run inside, receive, and then hurt you because you are not in line. And this was the first warning sign for Senegal.
Was this lack of linearity, if I can put it that way, this in the Senegalese backline, was it a consequence of the state of play, or France did something to get this backline to be out of shape?
Yeah.
When I give us the next image, okay, which was the goal, you will understand that it is the linearity of the back line of Senegal that was wrong. And I think that going forward in the next games, they must really work on this. Okay. Now, if you look at the goal that they scored.
So it's a game state thing?
Yes. Okay. If you look at the goal that they scored, now this is their defensive line. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is their back line. Mm-hmm. So once again, we could see that this guy, Niakete, has, come forward. Mm-hmm. And with this, it is 2 things. If there is real coordination, and then the back line, they will be in line, it means that either these 2 guys will be up here, and that would mean that Mbappe would be offside, or these 2 guys will be down here, and that would mean that Niakate can, block the pass, that will be there. Yeah. But since the defensive line of France was not linear, all the time, 2 of them will be up, 2 of them will be down. And with that, a player like Mbappe can easily, come inside and then cause havoc. So in the second half, that was how France did it, and kudos to France. Now to Argentina, Algeria.
I think.
Yeah, Michael, you want to say something?
Yep. Look, Olise's role in the first half. You see, yesterday when we were previewing the game, I mentioned about Dembele playing as a number 10.
Yeah.
I think that is where the problem stems from. He was supposed to be that connector in the first half. Again, his role conflicts with Mbappe. I think Dembele needs space.
Of course.
Then they were always clashing in the middle between himself and Mbappe. Excuse me. So I think the coach will need to redefine Dembele's role. From what we saw yesterday, it is evident that the best number 10 options for France should be Olise and then Cherki. Then Dembele needs a different role.
Yeah. And even in the first half, I noticed it's about 25 minutes into the game. I thought I saw Desiree Doué.
Yeah.
I thought I saw Desiree Doué coming into the central area, and I thought it kind of made France
a little bit too
stodgy.
crowded.
Exactly. Everything looked a bit of a mess, but once they clarified tactically what was going on, France started to tick. Listeners, we'll get more of the analysis onto Copa Mundo this afternoon, right? We'll get into all this intricacies. So, Coach, great point on France, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know what? For the sake of time, let's
Give me my flowers.
Let's do
flowers. France has won. Oh,
have flowers.
Thank you. We won.
I was a very happy man watching the second half.
Yeah, so Nathan is also French. Yeah, for the French national.
Yeah, I mean, for the purposes of my show, France has to do well. We need France to do. No, but you see, I thought it was brilliant to watch, right? The change, and I think Didier he does this all the time. Sometimes I think Didier Deschamps knows what he must do, but sometimes he wants to see if some other plan will work, and quickly realize that this Dembele Doué mix. No, once he pushed Doué wide.
That's it.
And brought in Olise centrally, France started to click, and France looked really good. Coach, let's talk about
that's what experience does.
Yes, experience teaches you to realize your mistake, right? Coach, let's look at Group L. That's where Ghana. Let's focus on that, and then we can leave the others a bit for Copa Mundo this afternoon. V-Power and the gang will be here at 2 p.m. listeners. So that's our World Cup daily show, Copa Mundo. Previewing games, reviewing games, more tactical analysis and all. Because let's focus on what Ghanaians are interested in.
Yeah, so Ghana against Panama.
V Panama. You said that you've seen something.
Yes. So now, Nathan, for Panama and how they play, the last time we spoke a lot about them. With their three at the back, with Adebayo Godoy, with Karaskila in the middle, with long passes, especially from their left-sided centre back and all that. But analyzing their games, I think that there's one element in their game where they actually have a weakness, and with this, they conceded 2 goals against Brazil. And it's not against Brazil alone. In some of their games, they considered goals from this same sequence. And I think that today, if Ghana, really focuses on that particular area, we are going to be successful. Now, Nathan, whenever they have the ball, whenever they win the ball, that is the best part or the best time to press Panama. Whenever they win the ball.
Okay, so when they win the ball off what? Like, is it from a breakdown in possession, or when they are building from the back? How do you mean
Ghana has the ball?
Yes.
And then Panama, presses us, and then they win the ball. As soon as Panama wins the ball, they are most vulnerable at that particular point in time.
So which means that in principle, our counter pressing
must work a lot today.
Okay.
The reason is simple. You see, for some teams, once they lose the ball, they will decide to, get to their defensive shape before they press. And I think that today, if Ghana stands a chance, we should not adopt that strategy. As soon as we win the ball, we must counter press. Because for Panama, as soon as they win the ball, they are very vulnerable. Now, this is the goal that they considered against Brazil. And I would want us to, analyze this. Now, this is Panama. The Brazilians were attacking, and then Panama, won the possession. So this is Panama with the ball. And Nathan, let's look at the time. This is just 54 seconds into the game. So now Panama has the ball. But you see, as soon as they won the ball, this is 55 seconds. The Brazilians decided to press them immediately. And with this play, they won the ball and Vinicius Junior scored. With this play, they won the ball and Vinicius Junior scored. So as soon as the Brazilians lost the ball, they decided to counter press. And the reason is simple. For Panama, since they play with 3 at the back, it means that whenever they are defending, there are 2 wing backs, will come and join the center backs to become 5 at the back. So when they win the ball, they need some 5 to 10 seconds for the wing backs who made the recovery run to, run forward into position. And that is why I'm saying that whenever they win the ball, they are the most vulnerable at that particular point in time. Because it is that point where you get the Karaskilas and then the Anibal Godoys trying to, hold up play for their wing backs to take attacking position before they decide to pass. So at that particular point in time, they do not know what to do with the ball. They are just waiting for the movement of the wing backs. So if you really want to hurt them, it is at that point where you must decide to press them and press them very well. Again, in the same game, now this was a back pass to their goalkeeper. Once the ball got to the goalkeeper decided to put the ball on the left side, wait for the wing backs to take attacking positions before he releases the pass. But once again, the Brazilians decided to press this particular goalkeeper. And Nathan, when they pressed the goalkeeper, this was what happened. The goalkeeper misplaced the pass, an empty net, and then Brazil scored a goal. So to get Panama, the counter press of Ghana must be very, very, very effective. And I am thinking about Ghana against Wales. With the game that we played and the goal that we scored, it was from a press from Brandon Thomas Asante, who came into the midfield, won the ball, and then gave it to Enes Nyama. So I am thinking that today, if we will stand, a chance to beat Panama, we must press them and press them very, very well. Now, Nathan, with Ghana, you see, Ghana had played only one game under this manager. Okay. So, as an analyst, it will be unfair for me to analyze Ghana using the previous games they played under Utuado. Okay. Because probably how they will play under Utuado will be different from how they will play under our new manager Carlos Queiroz. Yeah. So to me, I'm not gonna analyze Ghana based on the games we played under Utuado in the qualifiers. Now, there's something in football. We have tactics and all of that, and then we have behaviors. Behaviors are specifically with the players. Now, looking at Ghana's games under Utuado, and even the game we played against Wales under Carlos Queiroz, I saw a behavior in the team Ghana. And unfortunately, we cannot show the video, but I can explain it. Now, Nathan, whenever the opponent has the ball, it is easy for him to drive through the midfield of Ghana. It is easy for the opponent to drive the ball through the midfield of Ghana. Whenever there's a ball carrier who is very good and is moving through the midfield of Ghana, most of the time, for some teams, one of the midfielders will commit a tactical foul or will foul you or something. But for Ghana, most of them do not really want to touch you. Probably they will be thinking that, okay, if I foul him, the referee will give me a yellow card or something. So as the midfielder is, carrying the ball through, all of them, they'll be giving the midfielder the space to move the ball. And I'm thinking that is a behavior. Because with that particular behavior, it happened throughout the qualifiers at this particular World Cup. And I am casting our mind back to Ghana against Central African Republic. Okay. We did that thing. We did that, and it even cost us a goal. Against Wales, we did the same thing again. So I am thinking that today, if there's one thing that Carlos Queiroz must really work on, it is the behavior. That behavior of the midfielders of Ghana to allow the opposition players to drive the ball through our midfield. And I think that if you are able to correct that, and then couple with the fact that if you are able to counter press them immediately after Panama get the ball, we will stand a chance to beat Panama. As our manager said, this is a must-win game. Because looking at the teams in the group, Panama would say that this is the easiest game for them. Ghana, we would also say this is the easiest game for us. Yeah. Because after this game, the two of us, we are going to play against England and then Croatia. Yeah. So if you stand a chance to qualify for the round of 32, it means that this game, there's a lot of things that we should put in. But Mickey, I don't know if you've seen the last training session that the Black Stars did. I want to speak on it because, to be very honest, when I saw it, Nathan, I wasn't impressed at all.
I see. Why?
They were doing rondo, possession game. But now yes. Unfortunately, we cannot show the videos. But now because most of the time, Nathan, you see, for you to know that the possession game that you are doing is effective or not, we use two things. Either the sound of the ball or the sound of the players.
Okay.
If you are hearing the sound of the ball more, pa, pa, then it means that whatever it is that you are doing is effective, because it means that the players they are passing the ball more. But if you are hearing the sound of the voice of the players more, I'm coming, and all of those things, then it means that they are in quote, they are playing. And for me, in that about 4 or 5 minute video that they posted, it was throughout the voice of the players.
So Nathan, I don't know about anyone who knows Carlos Queiroz and his final training session that is open to the media.
Yeah.
The 15 minutes that you watch,
it contains nothing.
You won't see anything.
Zero. And I know that is what the FA or his instructor, the FA's media handles. So if you watch the training session, they decide what to put out. Most of it is just the goalkeepers. They don't care.
Yeah.
That is Carlos Queiroz.
Okay. I mean,
at the 2021 AFCON, you go to Egypt's training, the first 10 minutes,
nothing happened.
Zero. Okay. It is just jogging and they don't care. Okay. You see Salah standing somewhere, Abdomonem doing his own thing.
Okay.
So maybe
I think it's a trick not to
give.
Okay,
not to give out. But hopefully we'll get to see that. If it happens, then it will come back to what coach is saying.
But yesterday I wanted to do some concern. As at the time you see, normally when players will start games or they will play a part in games, they get wind of it before the last match day, which is the match day -1. Then I will know if I'm a Saibodo, I know definitely, I will play.
Yes.
But as at that, at the end of the last training session, by the time the players were saying good night to their loved ones on phones, they didn't know who was going to start. Not a single player knew anything. Nobody. Not a single player, whether you are even going to be on the bench or not. So I think the coach is not giving a lot out, and he's doing that probably for his own reasons. I was particularly concerned with the visitations. I don't know when the visits did happen.
Yeah.
But I think the interruptions in camp became quite too many, plenty for me. I think we could have managed that better. But I think the coach is keeping a lot to his chest and is not giving a lot out. So let's see what happens. I think the best weapon that we can have now is secrecy. We've not played a lot of games. We've not assessed a lot of opponents. We haven't tried out a lot of the options that the coach will want to do. The only thing that we can actually point towards is that we don't know what Carlos Queiroz will bring into the game against Panama. Yes, we saw the Ghana team against Wales, but I would definitely challenge anyone who tells me that tryout against Wales is actually the plan that the coach will send into the game against Panama. Best case scenario, it might be a tryout for the English game. Maybe if we had played Honduras or Jamaica, then it would have given us a hint of how Ghana will set up and play against Panama. So I think our best weapon is secrecy. We don't know. A lot of unknowns regarding the Blasters. Hopefully, it plays to our advantage. But yenimshe bibi ambai agenda fila bi ambai. So let's see what happens.
054-257 1061 054-257-1061. Time check is 9:35. You can send me a WhatsApp message. We'll see if we can open the lines a little later, but send me a WhatsApp message 054-257-1061. Let me read some of your messages. Let me know your expectations in terms of today, right? Your expectations in terms of today. The Black Stars will play. Kickoff is at 11 p.m. Before that, England and Croatia will play at 8 p.m. This one says Ghana 2, Panama 1. Johnson from Akachi North. Okay, thank you so much. Says keep up the good work you're doing. Okay, more messages. This one says, please, who is Uncle Ray's source? He get info both physical and spiritual. Ray, is that who's your source? They said who's your source? This one says, for me, it's not even about the goal Messi scored. What really surprised me was his work rate from start to finish. Yeah. He was constantly tracking back and defending deep inside Argentina's own box. That's something I didn't expect at all. Yeah. More importantly, Argentina looked like a much better team than they were 4 years ago. The movement, chemistry, and the quick one-touch passing sequence are honestly scary to watch. They are far more cohesive and dangerous as a unit. I see.
Okay.
And I think Lionel Messi is a very dangerous player.
I think at this stage in his career, playing in the MLS helps. He can idle around, save a lot of energy, and then put it into the Argentina matches. I actually was impressed with his work rate off the ball as well. I think it was impressive. Let's see what happens.
Okay, this one says the all-time World Cup scoring record will be broken at this year's record. It's been 12 years since it was set by Closer. Okay, you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think we might have two players actually breaking and setting new records. Mbappe is chasing after Messi. Messi will break it. Mbappe will overtake him.
Yeah. This one is from Nathan in Kaswa. Says, my expectations for tonight's game, very minimal. We can't tell if Partey would have been in the right frame or would have had a good game, even if he had been cleared. The fact is he's our best midfielder. The talk of Yirinchi being a replacement may do some work, but he's not one to give line-breaking passes. Our only hope is for our front men to make the most of the little they get, and the defense will should put in a good performance like they did against Wales. Then it goes on to talk about the palm thingy, the palm front challenge. This matter. Anyway, let's bring in more messages. Our very good friends from Coca-Cola will be joining us in a second. This one says Ghana will beat Panama later. That I believe that guys, it will give the guys confidence into the England game. We can beat England, but it must start with a win against Panama. All right. More messages, 054-257-1061. Okay, that came from Jude from Insawam. Please ask Dr. Tony Obin about the spiritual works during his time with the Blacks. I don't know why people are so excited about the spiritual things. I don't even... Rennie from Kwabenya says, good morning, Nathan, Raymond, and Michael. As for Senegal, the less said, the better. They were disappointing, and their coach was to blame.
I agree.
You think Partey let his team down?
Inexperience. And I think the undoing of the African teams will mostly be about coaching. At this level, they need to bridge the gap between themselves and the elite coaches. The difference between Didier Deschamps and then Partey was that Deschamps had experience. It was obvious that Partey had to make changes. Almost everybody who watched the game was pointing towards the fact that in the second half, their right side collapsed.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Benjamin Kwame Azosu from Adenta says, I realized the game was won by French coaching by asking Olise to play in the number 10.
Simple.
Okay. And that changed everything. Okay. More messages. 054-257-1061. My name is Paradise. Tonight is a must-win game for Ghana. If they don't win, I don't think they have any business over there. I see. 054-257-1061. Time check is 9:40. We will be getting into some other things. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments. Let me know what you think. Ghana v Panama. We are out and about today. We are going to 3 different places today. We are at the University of Ghana, Athletic Oval. We'll be at Good Park with our very good friends from Coca-Cola, and then we'll be at Alisa Hotel. So tonight, Team Sporty is all over the capital. Talking about Coca-Cola, we have 2 reps from Coca-Cola joining us to talk about something exciting they finished cooking and they'll share with the world today. David Appiah is director communications. I see. I'll let them explain what I see here means. WAMA, whatever that means. WAMA. Okay, we'll get into what WAMA means. And I've got Derek Bossman, Senior Manager, Frontline Marketing, Equatorial Africa and Islands Cluster. Listeners, they are big men. You see, they are big titles. Thank you. David and Derek, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
So, David... that's David.
Yes.
Derek, no problem. Now I know I can match. Anyway, guys, so what's happening tonight? I'm told Coca-Cola is launching something tonight here in Ghana. So what exactly are you serving the public tonight?
So, as Coca-Cola, we've been an official partner of the FIFA World Cup for God knows when. And whenever it's the World Cup, we always see it's a perfect opportunity for us to bring people together. So tonight, we are officially launching our World Cup campaign called the Feel It All. Basically, we want to encourage Ghanaians to come around and feel every emotion that comes with watching football. Yeah, so tonight we're launching that at the Good Park. And we like to encourage everyone to pass through.
I see. Feel it all. Wow.
you know when you're watching football, you want to jump, you are so happy, all of that. Basically that.
I see.
Embrace everything.
Wonderful. So why is this campaign important for fans in Ghana? Ghanaian fans who love football, they want to watch the World Cup. Why this campaign? Why should it be important to them? Why should they be interested in it?
Of course, in the spirit of feeling it all, and as you know, football is the one thing that brings millions of people together. Okay, with a shared emotion. So this campaign is actually designed to give fans that experience, of all the feels, how we like to say, all those emotional roller coasters that you go through watching the match. Like you say in Ghana, you see, and all those things, right? So this campaign is actually for Ghanaians, and Coca-Cola, we've been part of the Ghanaian community, serving the communities that we operate in for almost 70 decades. So yes, so it tells you that this time we are fully supporting the Ghana national team as we embark on this very important assignment in the US, Mexico, and Canada.
Wonderful. So what should fans expect tonight? Tonight, you're asking people to come to Good Park, right? To watch Ghana v Panama. So what should they, apart from the obvious, the football, what should they expect?
So in Coke, we always say that there's always an only Coke can do event. And when we say an only
Coke, only Coke can do. I see.
And when we say that, what we're just trying to say is expect nothing but electrifying, amazing, I don't know how to use it, but just expect something that is going to just be out of this world. We're expecting to have live DJs, music. We're going to have the Ghana Supporters Union having to do their jama and all of that. So it's going to be a very, very electrifying experience for anybody that will come around. So lots and lots of stuff.
Wonderful. Is it only like a one night thing? Does it go beyond tonight? After tonight, will we get any more? Or it's just tonight and then we close and go?
Nathan, let me just ask you one question.
Yeah.
Do you just want to watch one match or you want to watch all the matches?
I want to watch all the matches. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Exactly. So as Coca-Cola, we also don't think one match is enough. So we are going to be with Good Park the entire course of this World Cup. So we are activating in collaboration with Good Park. We're going to be there. We're going to have fun.
Okay.
And also to ensure that our fans from across Ghana are not left out, we are partnering with Tribe.
Yeah. I know that they are also doing different viewing parties all across the country.
So we are partnering with them wherever they go. Coca-Cola will be there. Extending that feel it all experience to consumers across the nation.
All right. Look, I know from one thing I know, like just observing Coca-Cola through the years, right? Even as a journalist, seeing all the things Coke does in terms of football and events and all. What unique thing, right, is Coca-Cola bringing, or how is Coca-Cola bringing something different, something unique? Because every time I know Coca-Cola does something very different, right? Absolutely. The ads, whatever. So what unique thing are you bringing, and how are you unveiling this or rolling out this very unique experience?
Yeah, for me, there's one particular coach that almost every Ghanaian loves. If they don't even love, they've heard about him. His name is Jose Mourinho.
So the special one.
Exactly, the special one. So we have a special activation in collaboration with Jose Mourinho.
Wow.
Yes. So he's going
Coke
to
and Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
What's the collabo?
Exactly. So he's going to be giving us live updates as to the Ghana matches. So whenever we have Ghana playing and the other big national teams playing, he's going to come in and give his analysis and pre-match reviews, and then post-match reviews as well. So that's one particular thing we are looking at deploying on ground.
Wow!
So it's going to be good.
I see. So fans will get to hear from Jose Mourinho.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. So just to add to the Jose Mourinho, right? This is a uniquely curated experience. Okay, we work with Jose Mourinho himself, bringing his larger-than-life personality to this, and he's going to have an AI double. You know, we are in the era of AI.
Oh, I see. You
And
have an
Coke-
AI double.
Yes. Coke is
see.
always leading with technology as well. So we are adopting AI, and Jose Mourinho is going to have his AI doubles. That's why it's called Jose versus Mourinho. Arguing
Jose
from
versus
both
Mourinho.
sides. You understand? So if one is speaking for... And this will be a special experience for the Ghana-England game.
Exactly, because imagine if he's Jose and he's Ghana, and I'm Mourinho.
Yes.
And I'm
Supporting England.
England.
Yes.
So then I give my analysis, and then he also gives his analysis. So very interesting.
Yes, to all
perspective.
consumers
I see.
to watch out for that. And also at the Good Park, there are a lot of fun games, and you can win some instant prizes on the ground.
I see.
They are surprises, but we expect you to be there to win some.
I see. This will excite a lot of people. So what time should people get to Good Park tonight to enjoy all of these things and watch the football too?
Okay, so tonight we have the official unveiling starting at 8 p.m. and then hopefully by 9:30 we should be done. We have a little bit of enjoyment, an electrifying atmosphere. Let the Ghana Supporters Union charge us up.
Hypers.
And then when it's exactly 11 p.m., it's game time. We are going to back our boys. We are fully in.
I see. So from 8 p.m., that's when the action starts. So everybody should be there by 8.
Exactly.
Because if you get there at 8:01, the event will have started.
Thank you.
Listeners, you've heard. It's not Ghana Man 8. 8 is 8. Coke's 8 is Coke's 8. Finish.
Course,
They are very
of
precise
course.
people. It is why it tastes as nice as it's always tasted. They don't change anything, which means that they are very precise. Guys, thank you so much. This should be fun. This will be fun. We'll all be there tonight.
And we hope we'll see you.
Yes. I'll be there.
Definitely.
I'll be there. I'll be there. We'll all be there to experience this wonderful thing. So, listeners, Good Park, 8 p.m. That's where you'll be. And as Coca-Cola said, that's where they'll be based all through the World Cup. If you're in Accra and don't have the chance to say leave the capital, every match day you go to Good Park, go and sit there and have some fun, because Coca-Cola will take you through the World Cup. They'll be your best friend throughout the World Cup. They are bringing out something great called the Feel It All campaign, and you feel every single emotion from my team has scored to they've conceded to why didn't the referee give us a penalty to I don't like this guy. You experience all of it, all thanks to Coca-Cola. Guys, thank you so much. David Appiah, Director Communication. You didn't explain WAMA.
So let me explain WAMA. WAMA, WAMA, is West Africa, Morocco, and Algeria. However,
West Africa, Morocco,
and Algeria. Right? However, it's expand beyond that. It covers the whole of West Africa, islands, Mid-Africa, and then the Maghreb region. So Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia,
Egypt,
Libya.
all this kind
Yes.
You are a big
Without
man.
Egypt. Yes.
You are a big man. Hey, you are a big man. You are supervising all these things anyway. And Derek Bossman is Senior Manager, Frontline Marketing, Equatorial Africa and Islands Cluster. Where is that? Equatorial Africa. We're talking about like West Africa, the place around the equator.
Exactly. Yes, smart guys. So Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea-Bissau, and then the islands you have Mauritius, Madagascar, Seychelles, and then you have Djibouti as well. So
Djibouti is an island, of course, off Africa. So
exactly.
Wow, these guys are big men. I should take a picture with them.
Taking Ghana to the world.
Africa to Ghana. Thank you, David Appiah. Thank you so much, Derek Bossman. Thank you. They are both with Coca-Cola. David is the director. Communications WAMA, and Derek Odechi Bossman is Senior Manager, Frontline Marketing, Equatorial Africa and Islands Cluster. They're joining us from Coca-Cola. Tonight, be at the Good Park because they are unveiling the all-new Feel It campaign, which features Jose Mourinho in 2 parts, Jose versus Mourinho. You can only get this from Coca-Cola. So tonight, be at the Good Park, 8 p.m. We have liftoff and we get to enjoy Ghana v Panama. Guys, before you go, are you guys good at predictions? Do you want to give us a prediction?
David, you go first.
I am going for 2 shots straight. 2-0.
2-0
for Ghana. Yes.
Ghana to win 2-0.
Yes.
Derek.
Ghana to win 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghana to win 2-1.
Okay. Anyway, we'll all put your predictions into the pot. We'll see which one comes out. Guys, thank you so much. David and Derek, thank you so much. And listeners, one more time, Coca-Cola is unveiling their newest campaign here. It's called the Feel It All campaign. It will be launched tonight at 8 p.m. at the Good Park. So when you close work, do not go to the house. Call the missus and tell her that today I'm staying out, but not for nefarious reasons, for good reason, because you are going to Good Park to enjoy with Coca-Cola and to be part of the Feel It All campaign. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the day. Wish you the very best, and we'll meet later today at Good Park. Wonderful.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you.
Wonderful. We are 3 places, Ray. We are 3 places. We are at the University of Ghana Athletic Oval.
I will be at the
You will be there.
Athletic Oval.
I will be at Good Park. You know,
doing good things.
And then the rest of the crew will be at the Alisa Hotel.
Yes.
So we have 3 viewing parties happening all at the same time. Sounds like fun. Tonight is a very important night. And you know, today is one of those days where if you work in a media house, Charlie, you do an extra shift. Charlie. You are working late. You go home late, come back to work the next day. It's part of the game. Yeah. Just that now on Thursday, your boss will have to allow you to go home early. So today, the hack we are putting is that after the show, everybody's going home. And then we'll all gather later tonight because what do me? Literally, I do me.
We are inside till morning. And then from there, no, we are starting the show. So sporty breakfast will start very early.
At what time? At
1 a.m.
Because there'll be a lot to say.
There'll be a lot to say. So,
there'll be spiritual matters.
No, you see, as for tomorrow, you can't miss the show.
No.
Because whatever happens,
we'll be here.
There's talking points.
Whether we win,
whether we draw, talking points. The players who play their this thing, we'll talk about them. The players who do well, we'll talk about them. The players who flop, the Black Stars players, let it get to them. We've seen everything they've done in camp. Those who came to dance, we've seen them. Those who came to rap, we've seen them. Those who came as content creators, we've seen them. The only reason why we send them to the World Cup was to go and play ball. Or is to go and play football.
So tonight they have to do that.
They should do it for us. If they fail to perform tonight, they will not be above criticism. And nobody should tell us that we should wait to watch England game. No. The fire will start right from today. And Carlos Queiroz, if he thinks it's a vacation job, or it's a holiday job, or a retirement job that he's trying to collect, he's trying to collect money and go. We'll start marking him from tonight. No excuse or no hiding place. When we gave him the work, we told him that you have a short time. He said he can do it. If you want do it and let us see.
Thank you.
You see? So this guy has some song. I bear them. That time when we Konena with Miakpo, if you go feed and do make we see. Now is the time for Carlos Queiroz to prove. It's not talking. Look, I've seen them, Dan Gaspar and co. He said, do you see this ball? What is this ball? What is in this ball? Somebody say, hey. You know what the video? So Dan Gaspar assembled all the goalkeepers and said, motivational speaker. Motivating them. He said, do you see this ball? Do you see this ball? What is in this ball? And one of the goalkeepers said, hey. Then he said, Ghana is in this ball. You have to play for Ghana. I said, okay, no problem. We've seen all the motivational messages. We've seen Carlos Queiroz in press conferences, speaking English, talking big. Now is the time for them to go and prove. Nathan, if tonight the Panama doesn't go well, blood will start flowing from tonight.
Easy.
I'm telling you, the violence will start from tonight. Easy. Nobody should come and tell us that we should cool down.
Okay, you relax.
Because, look, Nathan, this project is costing the state a lot of money. Do you know how many hospitals will finish? Do you know how many roads? Me, when I'm coming to work every day, my car is hitting potholes, pine. But we said, no. For the love of the Black Stars, we told the government that, look, release money. We told Honorable Kofi Adams, release money. Let us enjoy ourselves at the World Cup. The Black Stars will perform. So, if after all this, the boys don't perform tonight, Nathan, tomorrow when we sit here tomorrow, to be violence from start to finish. They should know.
Easy.
We will not spare them and can tell us that we have to support the team. We will not support a losing team.
Okay. All right.
So they must go and perform. Nathan, you just send the warning.
I know.
They must go and perform.
Be back to fire. So easy.
Carlos Queiroz will not take that money and come and sit down and be taking some decisions on the bench.
No.
We want instant results. Look, there will be no hiding place for anybody. Okay. You see, when you play England and they beat you, will understand. When you go and play Croatia and you struggle, you understand.
But Panama, they
are dangerous, but you can beat them.
So if you don't,
Nathan, agronic form.
Okay.
If you don't beat Panama,
the voice of sports,
you have no business staying in that tournament camp.
Okay. All right. You know,
no excuse, Nathan. No excuse.
I know.
That and Partey was not allowed. Hey, no. You chose your midfielders.
Nobody told you to take 5.
Nobody told you to take skeleton midfield. So if you decided to take a threadbare midfield and you shot one man, no excuse. Make up for it in other places. We wish them well. And we hope that tomorrow, the review will be full of positivity, not negativity.
Okay.
And all of that will depend on what they do. So, Nathan, you see the ball? What is in the ball?
Hey. All right, you know what? Let's get into our exclusive interview with Asamoah Gyan. We'll give you a snippet of that. And then when we sign out of the Sporty Breakfast, we'll give you the documentary, right? And then expect to hear more of the Gyan interview in subsequent bulletins. And then at different times on the network all through the competition. So let's get into our interview. Naneki Amankwa sat down with the baby jet Asamoah Gyan to share, get a few thoughts from him concerning the World Cup and the Black Stars.
Capital, thank you so much for having us this evening. As I was saying, we are doing Ghana's journey, 20 years journey at the world stage, the FIFA World Cup. And we can't do that without the face of Ghana football, that is baby jet Asamoah Gyan yourself. Take us back to 2006 qualification moments, some key moments that you can remember.
Yeah, well, what I can remember is 2006, during the qualification, that was when I made my debut in 2003, playing for Liberty Professionals. I made my debut. That was the first game against Somalia. I was able to make the final 18, and then I came out from the bench, and then I scored my first goal, my first game for Ghana. And then secondly, we went to Uganda. I came on as a substitute. I scored again, so the rest was history. Talking about Congo DR, I went there, I scored. So during the qualification, I think most of the important goals, the away goals that we had, the crucial points that we had, I was very, very involved, talking about how I made my Blaster debut during the 2006 World Cup, so I would say I played a huge role in the qualifier, yes.
That final game against Cape Verde to qualify Ghana to its first World Cup, for you as a young player then, what does that moment mean to you?
Going to the game against Cape Verde, and that was the last qualifier to the World Cup. We beat them 4-1, and going there, Ghanaians were very, very optimistic about we qualifying to the World Cup. Although we were almost there, they were just praying for us to win that last game. So we went there. I think I was on the score sheet at that time and that game. So after the game, I think I remember when we landed at the Kotoka International Airport. It was Kotoka International Airport at that time. So when we landed, the airport was full of crowd, and it was normal because it was our first time of qualifying. And honestly, I always thank God I was part of the first team to qualify Ghana to the World Cup, because I said it at school when I was young. I used to tell my friends, the first time I wear Ghana shirt is when Ghana will qualify to the World Cup. And lo and behold, it came to pass. So it was a different feeling. We're very, very happy. Honestly, personally, I was very, very happy.
And the moment of the truth came in Germany. The players, he went to Germany to represent the nation for its first World Cup. Tell me, in calm, the atmosphere, the feeling of seeing the reality finally.
From that time is when we saw ladies or women getting involved in Ghana football, because during the olden days, unless you understand the game before, and most of the time it's only male. It was only meant for male. But going to 2006, we saw that the whole country was behind us. And coming from the friendly games, I remember we went to London to play against Jamaica, and the women were even more than the men. So that was where we felt like Ghana is ready, so it was a different feeling. It was a different feeling. We saw that people have accepted football, because Ghana is a football nation. During the olden days, we had a lot of great players, but people didn't understand what it meant. So we went to that World Cup, and we saw the love from the fans and everything, everywhere we went to, till we got to Germany in 2006.
When we talk about Asamoah Gyan, people know you for a lot of record, both in Africa and the world. Scoring Ghana's first goal at the World Cup against Czech Republic, looking on 20 years later, how is it feeling like?
People used to talk about it, and sometimes I feel good. I mean, with myself, I feel proud of myself because when you leave a legacy, people, it's a good to leave a legacy. I went there to sacrifice or to die for my nation, to play for my nation, to give my ass out. And the results is coming by itself. When people see me, people talk about maybe some of my goals that I've scored in different World Cups. So to be the first ever player to score in Ghana's first ever World Cup history, it's a huge achievement. I remember that game against Czech Republic. My brother was flying to Ghana. He was in the standby team, but he had a chance to fly back to Ghana. And I remember I told my brother to grant an interview and tell Ghanaians, I'm going to score. I remember vividly. So that was what happened. But I didn't know the goal was going to come that early. I think 1 minute, 8 seconds at that time. So, yeah, living that legacy is something that's going to live with me forever, and I'm going to enjoy it.
So that's just a bit of a taster of that interview between Naneke Amankwa and former Black Stars skipper Asamoah Gyan. After the sporty breakfast, we'll give you the full-length interview, and after that interview, get ready for the debut or the audio premiere of this interview, of this documentary called Debut to Destiny, the Black Stars and their journey across the World Cups from 2006 to 2026. It's been put together by Senake Productions, and it will air in the US. Just be on the lookout for the date and time. Buy your tickets to go and watch. But it's a wonderful documentary for the youngins who have heard the stories of Ghana's qualification to the World Cup for the first time in 2006. You need to listen to this documentary. It's a fascinating story of the journey, how we got there, how it all came together, and what we have done with the World Cup appearances, or what we've done in terms of the World Cup appearances from 2006 to 2010, 2014, 2022, and this year's edition in 2026. It's been put together brilliantly by our very good friends at Senake Production, and then you'll get to hear that interview a little later. So when we end the sporty breakfast, you hear Naneke having a chat with Asamoah Gyan. We'll take you back and give you the full interview. And when that is done, then you hear the Sporty FM premiere, the audio premiere of From Debut to Destiny, Ghana's World Cup journey from 2006 to 2026. Time check is 9:10. We'll read a couple of messages and then we'll call it morning. Lambert in Dodowa says, Ghana will win today. England and Croatia will draw. At the end of the group stage, we'll qualify with 4 points. Vim, I see. So Lambert in Dodowa is the supreme optimist, he believes. This one is from Hot Babs from Airport. Africa is ready, Ghana is ready. We won't sleep tonight, including the mosquitoes of the nation. Go Black Stars. As for South Africa, we want them to keep losing, I see. All right, we'll see how things go. And Rennie from Kwabenya says, I'm expecting the team to be disciplined, focused, and complete the passes and get their changes right. They will do well. Okay. We'll see. Ghana will win tonight. Felix from Kofredia Tafu, he sent that particular message. Ray, somebody had a question for you. They wanted you to ask Dr. Tony Obin about spiritual works in his time with the Black Stars.
Doc, he doesn't like those ones.
No, Doc is not a believer. All right. David from Ebri Presby Hospital says Ghana 2, Panama 2. Okay. All right. We'll see. Good morning. We are all seeing 38-year-old Lionel Messi at the center stage again. What a genius. I thank God for allowing us to see such a talented footballer in our generation. Okay, Benjamin Kwame Azosu from Adenta, he sent us that message. Omar Sen from Racecourse La Paz says the African champion with the trophy was thrashed yesterday, and the self-acclaimed African champions without the trophy held Brazil to a 1-0 draw. So who are the African champions right now? I see. I don't know whether...
the African champions we all know. No, the African champions, Morocco.
Okay.
As things stand, Morocco is at the World Cup as champions of Africa.
Okay, let's proceed. Cass from Adina says the football fans who vowed to watch the World Cup because of Trump are missing a lot. The intensity, end-to-end play, beautiful goals, beautiful stadia. This World Cup will be the best ever World Cup. Well, if Ghana win today, the love and support will be more. If they lose, we forget about them. Go Ghana, go Black Stars.
We can't forget about them just like that if they lose.
Okay.
We must hit their back so that they wake up against England.
No problem. Anyway, that's how I wrap it up this morning on the Sporty Breakfast. I did this with Raymond Yamado, Michael Asai-Bredu. Earlier I had Kelvin Owusu and Coach Kwabena, so he will be on Copa Mundo today from 2 p.m. with V-Power and the gang. More analysis, more previews. And tonight we are out. We are at the Alisa Hotel. We are at the University of Ghana Athletic Oval. We are at the Good Park at the Accra Mall. Join us as we give you Ghana v Panama from 3 different locations. This has been the Sporty Breakfast. Many shouts to my production team, Immortal, Angela Nanekia, and Abigail. Shout outs to David Kofite. Shout outs to Emmanuel Ayamga and Fly. Shout outs to my DJ Fidelis. Shout outs to you, our listeners. The technical guys, our team with Gary Al Smith. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for a review of Ghana v Panama. Whatever happens, we are here to take you through that particular encounter. Coming up next is Nanekia's interview with Asamoah Gyan, and after, we'll give you the Sporty FM premiere of Debut to Destiny, Ghana's World Cup journey. It's a lovely documentary that you should listen to and enjoy. Keep your dials locked on Sporty 106.1 FM. We are the voice of sport.